Hi, this is Paul Bedford from Retention Guru, and in this video, filmed in November, December 2023, I'm at the China Fit IHRSA event just outside Shanghai in China, and I'm talking about the challenges that China has in growing its market. It has the potential to be the world's largest fitness market. However, historically, it's just fraught with bad practice. And one of the things that's now occurring is the government is looking at the existing practices of selling memberships up front for a whole year, and then the operators going bust and the consumer losing out. And now they're almost at the point where they're going to force businesses to do pay monthly. Now, the reason they haven't done that before is because of the banking system in China didn't actually allow for it, but obviously things are changing. And in this video, which is much longer than normal, I talk about multiple issues that China's facing in terms of growing its fitness market. Now, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the box down below. If you want to get in touch with me directly, it's paul@retentionguru.co.uk. And look, I'll be happy to sit and discuss China with you all day long. Love China, love working there. For now, enjoy the video, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.
Get on with the content. One of the things that I think that when I'm working here in China, when I'm working here with operators, there are certain things that happen here in China that don't happen anywhere else in the world. And I don't just mean they don't happen in the West, I mean they don't happen anywhere, including Asia, South America, Australasia, Europe, or North America. There are business practices you have here that they don't have anywhere else. And some of those business practices are limiting the growth of your industry. They are getting in the way. The first thing that I think limits your growth the most is that your membership cards do not cover the entire cost of your business. If you work in any industry, any fitness industry around the world, the membership card covers the entire cost of the rent, the staff, the utilities, and it gives enough to make profit. What I meet a lot of the time when I come here to China is people saying, our membership card only gives us about half the money we need, and the other half, even just to stay open, has to come through the sale of things like personal training, small group training, or additional products and services. That isn't true elsewhere. And as I say that, Maria's looking at me like, what do you mean they don't get all their money from their membership card to cover cost? It's because it's so unique here to China. And in order for this industry to grow here in China, and I actually think China has the potential to be the biggest fitness market in the world, the amount you charge and the number of memberships you sell should be, as a minimum, enough for you to make a profit. Then any money you make from personal training, any money you make from small group training, Group X, workout clothes, anything else you can sell should be extra to the money you make from just running the business. Now, I know for some of you that may seem strange because probably in this room, 90% of the club operators are in the situation where not all the money they need comes from the membership card. But it puts a lot of pressure on your business to keep selling membership cards and to complement that by selling lots of personal training sessions. The other thing that you wouldn't see if you weren't working in China was the amount of commission that's given to a salesperson. In China, your sales process was developed by a salesperson for the salespeople and to benefit the salespeople over the owners of the clubs. To give away I'm waiting for Maria to finish writing because I want to watch her face when I say this. To give away 50% of the yearly membership as a commission to the salespeople wouldn't happen anywhere else. And in fact, I'm going to just, how much commission do you pay your salespeople in your club?
15.
15%, 1-5. Here it's half. So as soon as someone joins, not only aren't you selling enough memberships to cover the cost of the business, but you're also giving away half of that income to your salespeople. And that is something you will see change as this market changes and evolves. There will be less income generated by the salespeople, and more of that money will go to the business. So I have 3 topics to cover. I was asked which one I would do, and I said I will try and do all 3. So the first one I want to explain is what happens when a market shifts from upfront payment to monthly payments. Now I think it's important to understand this. As markets grow, members or customers want more choice. They need more choice in the way they want to pay. When you pay up front, the challenge with paying 100% of the money when someone joins, it limits the size of the market. Because only those people who can afford to pay for a whole year can walk through and join a club. And I know the very first club I joined as the health club, as a member, which was, because I'm old, was in 1988. You had to pay the whole year in one go. By the early 1990s, in the UK, across North America and across most of the Western fitness market, that had changed. Because it was possible to pay for a membership on a monthly basis. So instead of paying for the whole year up front, I just paid 1/12 each month. Now the challenge with monthly pay is this. Well, there are both challenges, advantages and disadvantages. The advantage to the owner or to the business is there's no risk. You have all the money, and if someone doesn't come, and Sean mentioned that in his presentation, the sleepers, they've paid but they don't use, you still have all their money. It's their responsibility to come to your clubs. But it does limit the size of the market and the number of people who can afford to join. Because not everybody has enough money in their pocket spare to just go and join a health club. So it's a big decision to join a health club in that position. The other thing that tends to happen is there's a lot of pressure to sell. It's very common where you pay up front only to have high pressure sales tactics. And over the years, customers have got used to not having high pressure sales tactics in every other area of their life. So when they're confronted by 2 salespeople and are sat down at a desk and the door is behind the salespeople so they can't get up and leave, they feel very intimidated. And they only have to go through that experience once to decide, I don't want to be a part of the fitness industry. Because all the pressure is on the person to buy, and the techniques make the person feel very uncomfortable. The other problem with 100% pay up front, Sean mentioned this in terms of the personal training. I've also been aware of this in some environments in China. It's prone to financial mismanagement because the owners of the club are looking at how much money came in this month, and instead of managing that sensibly and thinking, we earned this much money this month, I now have to spread it out over 12 months, they think it's there to spend. And they just use that money either for their own personal benefit or to do other things, But when things go wrong in the club, when there are challenges, the money's not there to back up the business. Now, I know from the conversations I've had, I've been here 2 weeks this time, and I think I've spoken to probably 25 different health club owners. Some of them own studios, some of them own traditional clubs, some of them own multiple clubs. Everybody is worried about the financial risk of going from upfront pay to monthly pay. There is a risk, and it's actually called risk reversal. The reversal is this: with the upfront pay, all of the risk is with the member. They take the risk, they pay the money, and they believe or hope you're still going to be work as a business in 12 months' time. And if you're not, it's their money that goes away. With the month-by-month payment method, the risk is reversed. And now the risk is with the operator and not with the member. And that's one of the reasons why markets grow very rapidly when you move to a month-by-month membership. But when we look at the things that happen, and I don't know why that shrunk, it's meant to be big, anyway. When you go to month by month, the money you get each month, if they come for 12 months, is just 1/12. So now you're reliant on them paying you every month. The risk is now with the operator. Therefore, you have to really pay attention to how you look after your customers. Because if you do the upfront model, once the money's in my pocket, I don't have to care about you because I've got your money. With the month-by-month model, you have to care about your customers because if they don't come back, most of them won't pay for the next month. It's a bit like a restaurant. If I go into the restaurant tonight and have a meal and I pay, if they look after me well, hopefully sometime soon I will come back in and I will have another meal and I will pay them again. But if they look after me poorly, I will pay for my meal, I will leave, and I will go, next time I go out to eat, I will go somewhere else. Someone else will get my money. So with the monthly payment model, you have to look after the customers. You have to find ways of helping those people who are new to exercise adopt exercise. You have to find ways of encouraging them to come back in every month. And you actually only need them, from a research perspective, you only need them to actually come once a week for them to keep coming week after week, month after month, and into the second year. Now, I know that once a week isn't enough to get the physique or the shape or the body they want, but it is enough to keep them exercising. So we're looking, when we go to the paid monthly, the risk is there's a high risk of dropout each month if you do not look after them. There's a high responsibility for you to deliver value, because if they don't see value, they don't come back. It does, though, extend the market to the number of people that will walk through the door. And you could expect to see the number of people walking through your door new for the first time go from 100 a month to 400 to 500 a month. There will be more people walking through the door because they know I can pay, and if I don't like it, I can leave. So the size of the market grows very quickly. If you are prepared for that, if you are organised for that, if you understand what the risks are of going month by month by month, you can beat your competition who are not prepared. And in fact, like I said, I've been here 2 weeks. I've spent the last 2 weeks teaching operators how to prepare for this change. We don't know when the change might come, but those operators already have plans. They have ideas. They understand that they will see a change in the way that the money comes in, but the money will come in. The other change is you will reduce significantly the amount of sales commission you pay. Because now you're only paying commission on 1 month, on the join month. You don't pay sales commission on the other month. And so the sales commission will drop, something similar to what Maria was saying, about 10 to 15%. Which means over the course of the year, more revenue goes into the business. It makes the business more financially sound, and it allows you to structure investment, but it's also, if you want to really grow your business, if you go to financial institutions, you can show them, we have a business that has a reoccurring income model. And the most favourable business model at the moment, globally, with financial institutions, is a monthly reoccurring payment model, where they know they're going to get paid every month, every month, every month. Because one, it shows regular cash flow, but secondly, it is open to a much bigger market. So while you may be anxious about going month by month, it can be a really good thing if you are strong financially in your financial management. If you treat the money that you get in the same way my 14-year-old daughter treats the money I give her each week, just spends all of it, you probably won't be at one of these events in the future, because your competitors will take your customers, your competitors will look after your customers, and your business will struggle to adapt in this new environment.